In this video, I wanted to share with you why I think it's incredibly important for you to learn how to become a better speaker as a Muslim. So give me a few minutes, and in this video, I'm going to share with you what you can implement starting from today to allow you to become a better speaker, which will allow you to articulate your products better, to articulate your value and your services better. And essentially, this is an incredible life skill to have. If you can become a better speaker, you can influence people, you can promote your products better, you can get into certain rooms, and essentially it's just an incredible representation of yourself. So as a Muslim, especially in kind of the Muslim community, I feel like a lot of people who have a platform would just go so much further in life if they developed this skill. Again, not only does it unlock your ability to connect with people, creates the ability to persuade people, it creates this ability to really demonstrate and show yourself in a beautiful manner. So for the Muslims out there who want to get better at speaking, the number one thing you need to do is you need to just expose yourself and throw yourself in the deep end. And what I mean by this is every single day you need to take out your phone, just like I'm doing right now, and speak into the camera for as long as humanly possible. Some people, this is terrifying. This is the most nerve-wracking thing you can do. But essentially, pick any topic, pick any subject, set the phone down and start speaking. Ideally, pick something you're passionate about, pick something that you know about, right? The more knowledge you have, the more subject matter expertise you have, the longer you could speak on something. And you can speak in a manner where you don't have to stop, you don't have to edit the video. So choose a topic that you like, you love, and you're passionate about it. And every single day, show up and speak to the camera for a minimum, right? If you can't do this in the first few days, it's okay. But get to a point where you can sit and talk to a camera for 30 minutes straight. And every single day after you complete that recording, what you want to do is put it into an editing software and audit yourself. How many times do you say the word How many times are you frantically looking around? How many times do you stutter? How many times do you go off topic? And analyze yourself and get 1% better every single day. If you do this essentially therapy session for the next 30 days, your skill level as a speaker will increase 3-4x. And the reason I got good as a speaker and it allowed me to build a 50K a month business, be comfortable in sales processes and sales environments, have the ability to come on camera and articulate my product, and build 40K a month consulting businesses solo and with a partner, and really get in very interesting rooms of life where I'm consulting enterprise companies, I'm meeting all these big and famous influencers, and I'm able to really connect with people that are at a much further place in business or in life. And it's simply because of how you carry yourself, of how you speak. Do you even make sense when you speak? Can somebody build trust and rapport when you're speaking? Can you articulate your value of why they should listen to you, why they should become an investor in your product, why they should buy your product? That's why speaking is important. I mean, speaking and the ability to persuade happens on a day-to-day basis, right? When you're talking to a friend and you're trying to convince him to go to this restaurant instead of this one, that's persuasion. That's your ability to, again, speak and connect with people. But more so, if you can get good at this skill, you just open up a lot more opportunity in life. If you feel like you're in a career path where you're constrained or there's really a ceiling on your income, if you develop your ability to speak, maybe you get into sales and you sell for medical device companies, for major software companies, or in the healthcare industry. You could make unlimited amount of money in sales. And sales is really dependent on your ability to connect with the individual in front of you, right? Emotionally connect, build trust, build rapport, find out what the problem is that they're experiencing, and then connect it to the solution that your company or the company you work for provides. So that's a skill, that's a life skill that can allow you to just increase your income tenfold. So that's just sales. But now we're talking about one of the most highest leverage activities a human can do, which is to post content into the world, right? I'm going to post content into the world, providing value, educating on my particular subject matter expertise, and people around the world are going to watch it. Their compound effect is going to happen. They're going to watch multiple videos. They're going to trust me, like me, and see the value in what I provide through my ability to speak and demonstrate. And then they're going to book a call, or they're going to go to my website and buy my product. Now, there's no ceiling to that, right? I made YouTube videos of me walking in my neighborhood, educating agency owners about how to scale their business. And these are simple. I'm walking in the neighborhood holding my phone out. It was nighttime, the lighting wasn't perfect. But because I had the ability to articulate my solution, agency owners loved it. They got so much value, they booked a call, and I built a 40K a month solo consulting business just by creating a piece of content and putting it out into an ecosystem. Again, by developing that ability to speak. If you're a programmer or you build software or you build tech and you don't have an ability to articulate your product, you're going to struggle versus the guy who might not have the best product but can sell it and promote it, right? A lot of times you see in the software industry, it's not the best product that wins, it's the person who can market that product the best. So you have to equally think about your distribution plan. And when you're a programmer or a developer or really any kind of area in life, if you become a better speaker, you just create more opportunity. If I can speak better, I could talk about my product more, I could talk about my product longer, and I could put content out in the world to let people know about my product. That's why that's important. And again, so many industries where you can go from making minimum wage or having a career you don't like, but if you can articulate your value, you have some salesmanship, you have some confidence, you develop this ability, there's no longer a ceiling to what you can make. Think of the biggest celebrities in the world that have interesting personalities and develop an audience of millions of people. Think of the biggest entrepreneurs, the Hermosis, etc., who develop and share content demonstrating their value and expertise. And again, they build a personal brand, but how is a personal brand built? It's built off of the person's ability to speak and convey and share stories and share perspectives. So again, I already gave you the plan, I already gave you the blueprint on what you're going to do to develop and make your speaking better. The question is, are you willing to be uncomfortable and go through that process of looking awkward and stuttering? Once you're really good at it and you're comfortable, and remember, you don't have to post these videos daily, right? This is just you practicing and developing this skill. Once you're good at it, start to post the content. Now the world, the marketplace will start to react to the value you provide. Because if you suck at it, the market will react. If you're good at it and people love it, they're trusting you, they're liking you, they're subscribing, they're being a part of your ecosystem, they're starting to buy your products, your brand is starting to grow. Again, this is the greatest asset that you can build. But it starts with you having the courage to develop this skill behind the scenes, and then it starts with you having the courage to start sharing it with the world, even if it's not perfect. When I look at my videos when I was younger, they're horrible. I couldn't put two words together. But at least I had the courage to do so, because now I know how to speak, now I know how to sell, now I know how to get in rooms and enterprise companies. Now I know how to sell very expensive, 25K, 40K a month services, not just in these different industries, but for myself, right? I've made 30K in a single day selling, posting content and selling high ticket services online, right? It absolutely changes the paradigm of your life, should you be willing to actually take the time to be uncomfortable. So I think this video will help a lot of people. I think it could change a lot of lives. As long as you just start with day one and do this consistently, I promise you'll get so much better. And emulate and learn from the people who are the greatest speakers. Like, I love watching Jim Rohn videos. He's such a good speaker. The way he pauses, the inflections of his tone, it's so inspiring, and I can't wait to continue to develop my skill as a speaker, because I know it's just going to continue to help me to grow as an individual, grow as a Muslim, and it's just an incredible thing. And I hope this 9 to 10 minute video here really helped. If you have any questions, if you're trying to develop this skill, if you're trying to grow your YouTube channel and use organic content to push your business forward, I'd love to help you. You're more than welcome to reach out below. The details are in the description.